तेरे से प्यासी हूँ एक सौदा रात का एक कौड़ी चांद की चाहे तो चूम ले ये तू कौड़ी चांद की एक चांद की कश्ती में चल पार उतरना है तू हल्के हल्के कहना दरिया ना छलके माया माया गुलाबी तारे चुन ले सारे चुन माया माया कि जिस्मों के पर्दों में दर्द के मारे चुन ले माया माया अले यह माया माया अले यह
Oh my God, I'm going to clap for you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You don't understand. I felt like it was a different person. The way your voice came out, I was like, what is going on? Hello and welcome back to the podcast. If you're new here, my name is Sheen. I'm your host. And today we're joined by the amazing Mariyam Kisat. Mariyam has had an incredible journey. She is an RJ, she is a dancer, but most importantly, she went viral. She has an incredible voice and hopefully she'll be singing for us today. But for now, welcome, Mariyam. How are you?
Thank you, Sheen. We're finally doing this.
I know. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I think your questions are going to be amazing. I've seen so many of your podcasts. You're just so good.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm nervous too.
Nah, you're used to being on stage. Like, this is nothing for you.
This is intimidating. It's amazing.
But you know what's funny is that the first time we met, we had a coffee and we immediately bonded.
Exactly.
I don't even know how that happened.
And we didn't even have a lot of time, right? We were rushing. I think I was rushing or you had to go somewhere. And we had, I think, 45 minutes. And I think I spoke so much. We both spoke so much. I came out of that meeting thinking, I've told her everything. In 45 minutes. I wanted to tell her everything.
Yeah, we knew everything about each other after
exactly.
this 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So great. So now we'll just share that conversation again with the audience. So tell us a little bit about you, Mariyam. You grew up in Dubai, right?
Yes. So first 8 years in Bahrain, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then came to the UAE in my 4th grade. So finished school, college, everything here.
Okay. Yeah. And now what do you do?
So I'm a radio presenter here on City 1016. I do the drive show with Lokesh. It's called Drive Master Go-Go from 5 to 8 p.m.
Okay. Every day?
Every day. So Monday to Friday.
Okay.
And then I also do a weekend show from 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
So yeah, being on the radio for about 6 years now. And along with that, because I'm a voice behind the mic, I want to show people that I can also sing. I also like dancing. So that's something I do on the side as well.
Okay. So how did you get into radio?
Very interesting, actually. So I'm a huge follower of City 1016. I've always been a huge follower. And I took part in a contest called Flight City 1016, where they take their listeners to another country.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to Prague with the entire team. Yeah. And we played Antakshari. It's a singing game. We played Antakshari in the bus. They liked my voice. They called me in for a few shows. And then they asked me to audition.
No way.
And here I am 6 years later. Yeah.
So do you still work with the people who were on that trip with you?
Yeah, it's the same station.
Oh my God.
It's the same station. I know. It's all written.
It's all written. I like that you said that.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? It's all written. How do you experience that?
You know, I was at the right place at the right time. Like, for example, I'll give you this example. I didn't want to sing in the bus, but my friend won the same trip. And we were sitting in the same bus with the entire team, and she screamed out, "Listen, she can sing, let her sing."
Oh, wow.
And that's what happened. So I just feel like the right people were around me. I was at the right place at the right time. And that's something that's written. On top of that, whatever you do is obviously your hard work and stuff, but people don't even get that opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant. I was extremely lucky.
But was RJ something on the cards for you? Was that something you wanted to become?
In the entertainment industry, definitely.
Okay.
I always saw myself as an actor. So I'm still working towards that. And I don't think that's ever going to stop because I still haven't got anything there. I still haven't acted.
Yes.
So yeah, that's work in progress. But in the entertainment field, 100% I saw myself doing something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh wow, amazing. Okay. So then RJ, obviously you have a voice, you're used to talking to people and but you have not trained as a singer, right?
Yeah.
So how did you discover that you can sing?
So I knew I was a little musically inclined because of my dad. He used to sing at home. He used to perform on stages.
Okay.
And I used to love dancing. Like, dance is my first love. I always tell people that, even now. So I kept dancing, and I saw my sister singing with my dad. I'm like, no, I need more time with my dad. I think I'm going to get there. And then I started singing with him, and that's when I realized, okay, maybe that's something I could pursue, you know? So singing, yeah.
So obviously, I've seen you when you went viral.
Yeah.
Tell us the story of that video that went viral.
So I actually had another video that I shot in the studio while I was on air. I was doing my show, and the music was playing. I'm like, you know what? Ram Leela goes with this new trending song. Let's just try it out. So the first video was basically something that I shot on my phone alone in my radio station.
Okay.
And then I come out, and my best friend Yogesh Sharma, he's the music manager of the station as well. I was like, you know what? I just want to see your reaction to this. And you'd see my hair is all messed up and everything and that. It was not supposed to go
Yeah, the
up.
lighting is not
It
good.
was so bad. It was so bad. So I switched on my camera just to see his reaction. I was like, I just want to see what your reaction is. I sing the entire mashup, and his reaction, honestly, I loved it so much. I still wasn't ready to put that up. He told me, put this up.
Okay.
Because there's someone hyping you up, because there's another person who was sitting right next to him. Don't really know who it was. I think it was Mihika from my digital team, yeah. So she was sitting there, and their voices just kind of elevated the entire thing. And they're like, just put this up. Like, are you sure? Look at us. Like, we're just so random in this picture. And that's how it went viral.
Okay, and walk me through the day when it actually went viral.
I did not realize it until the next morning because it took a while for it to kind of go viral. So I wake up the next morning to my friend's message saying, are you checking what happened on Instagram? And my thing is, even though I am on Instagram usually the entire day, for some reason that day I didn't open Instagram. I was doing something. Maybe I was late for another shoot. And then he's like, just look at the shares. So I woke up to at least 180 mentions and tags. And I'm just going ahead. I'm like, what's happening? What is this? And then I see it go viral. It goes even more viral the next day. And it took about 1 week to hit 1 million, 2 million. Cut to, I think now it's on 17 to 18 million.
Yeah.
So even now people are sharing
still
it.
Going,
but I think that week was like, what is happening? It was surreal. I looked at my friend. Thankfully, my friend was feeling the same emotions, right? He was getting followers as well because it was a collaborate post. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, dude, what's happening? Is this something that's going to go viral? Is this something we should do again? And then cut to, we had another viral video that we posted that also went viral. I'm like, what is happening? So every day I had it went to about, I think, 200 to 400 mentions per day. I'm like, okay, I think this is viral. That's when it hit me. That's viral.
Yeah, that's viral.
Yeah.
But how did you feel? Were you happy?
I was very happy. So for the first few months, I was extremely happy because it was one viral video after the other. But the problem is, after that, to just kind of plateau. Exactly. It's like, how do I just maintain this? I can't.
You're like, now I'm refreshing and it's not another million.
Yeah,
What?
it's not. Even though I'm getting the views I never got before.
Yeah.
It's just, how do you continue doing these amazing mashups? So I tried continuing, but it never hit that mark. So did I go back and check what went viral? What should I do next? I did. But I'm like, I can't. It can't be this viral every time. And I got to sit on that and I got to take it in, do your thing, do different things, try different things. I tried something different and that's what I learned from it. You try something different, it'll work, it'll not work. It's up to you. Yeah. But I felt so happy, and I knew that the mashup title that I have now is something I would go ahead with, but only when I feel like it. I wouldn't do it just for the heck of it. I tried doing that. But obviously, just because you were pushed and you got into the whole, people want that, and you were putting that pressure on yourself, I was like, no, I can't do that. It has to come to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The reason I asked is because I had the same experience, right? Where something goes viral and nothing beats that feeling of the first million.
Exactly.
Now that you are 17, 18 million, it doesn't feel the same as that first million. It's like from 0 to 1 million and you're like, oh my God.
And thank you for bringing this up, because if I talk about this to another friend, they're like, oh my God, you're becoming so greedy.
Exactly.
You're becoming so big. I'm like, it's not about
It's getting to your head.
Yes, but it's not that. And thank you for bringing it up. At least I know you feel what I feel.
No, it's normal though, because I had the same thing. And a lot of people kept telling me, you need to ride the wave. And they're like, keep posting the same thing so that it keeps going. And then the algorithm will love you.
Exactly.
So you feel that pressure. And then if it doesn't perform now, and it might be doing 500K, but you're like, but it's not a million.
Exactly. And like, this is it. Now what to do? Now we can't do anything. People know you for this and it's still not going viral.
It's over. It's
exactly.
over. But you're right, though. As a creative person, you can't just push yourself to do something because that's the strategy.
Yeah.
Of course, there's some of it that you need 100%, to strategize.
100%.
But I think in terms of the inspiration, you need to wait for it to come.
Exactly. And it takes a while. It takes a month. It's not been, I think it's been a while I've posted a mashup. And now the pressure's getting to me.
Yes.
Like I think people are only seeing this certain kind of boring content, but they want to see this. Do something. And it is getting to me, but I know it'll come to me and it'll just help.
It will come at some point, for sure.
I don't want to push myself.
I want to touch on something. You mentioned that this is something that we can talk about because we understand each other. Other people might not understand you.
Yeah.
But what was the most surprising reaction from people around you when you went viral?
The most surprising reaction?
I'm sure most people were very happy for you, your close friends and family. But other than that...
There were a few people who told me, good things. Number one, I'll talk about the good things first.
Yes.
I know there are certain people who came up to me and said, I don't know why you didn't go viral before because you've done the same thing before.
Sweet. Yeah.
So that's something I was like, okay, I don't know what clicked. So maybe it was a mix of everything with my friend's reaction and everything. Some people thought it was fake. So some people thought it was extremely planned.
Oh, they thought you planned this whole thing in there. Okay.
The most surprising thing, though, was because I know how much time it took me to create that mashup, there were people who said it was copied.
Oh.
That was the most surprising thing for me. It was copied, but Unholy was mashed up with Ram Leela, I think 4 months before I created this mashup. And I didn't know how to tell them that it was not inspired by that video. But it was already up and I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I had a third song, which was Ramta Jogi, that I mashed up with it. So I kind of told them...
That's unique. Yeah.
That's unique. And it's a mashup. The songs that are already existing. Like, I can't do much. I tried explaining myself because after you go viral the first time, you want happy thoughts.
You want everyone to be on board.
Exactly. And then this just drops and people... There was a DJ who actually posted about it saying she copied me. How dare she doesn't credit me.
Oh, good.
And I asked my friend, I'm like, what do I do? Do I talk about it? He's like, just ignore.
No, if you knew you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And it took me a long time to come up with that mashup. So I was like, oh, this is a buzzkill. But yeah, that was one of the most surprising things for me because I didn't know that existed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think the biggest learning is to accept that not everyone will like you.
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't know why, but we get a lot of hate after we go viral.
You do, but I think, so I was complaining about this to a friend of mine as well.
Yeah.
And he explained, he was like, think about it, right? Because now so many more people see you.
Exactly.
Obviously, a lot more haters see you.
Yes.
A lot more of good wishes see you as well, right? But it's just, the problem is the haters are the loudest ones.
They're so vocal. They have no shame.
No, they have a lot to say as well.
Yeah. And I always tell people, there's a difference between hate comments and constructive criticism.
Exactly.
And I welcome constructive criticism. Honestly, that has helped me because I'm not trained.
Yes.
So anyone who would come and just constructively tell me what to do, yes, I'm on board and I will implement that.
Same.
And that has helped me a lot. I love those. But hate comments, what do you do with them? And I love the mashup, but you look black. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Sorry, I was born this way.
Why is that a problem?
No way.
Yeah. And I have no problem with being black.
Me either.
Dark, dusky.
Yeah.
But it's just, are you saying it that way?
But they're
you're
saying it with bad
intention,
exactly. Right?
Exactly. So it doesn't even, what was that?
What was that for? Oh my God.
Attention.
So, okay, let's talk about this, the whole hate thing, right? Because I think being women, being brown women as well, you get a lot more. And I'm like, why do our own people hate us so much? Why do they come at us? I had this auntie, okay?
Oh my God.
in my comment section.
Yeah.
Literally auntie with her full name. And she wrote a whole paragraph telling me I'm really boring. I'm getting old. I should get married. I was like, girl,
Did you know her or no?
No. And then she was like, in a few years' time, you're going to see this girl complaining online that she couldn't find a husband because she was so busy, like trying to pretend to be a podcast host or whatever. Long message. And she was like, you're not original.
What? You're doing a podcast?
Yeah. And I was shocked. But then one of my followers replied to her, someone I don't know again.
I love those.
Right. I love them. The little warriors.
Yeah,
they just go. And then he left a long comment saying, giving her a recipe on like how to cook rabbit legs. And he was like, I hope this is more original for you. There's an original piece of content. And I looked at her page. I was like, she's an auntie, full name. She has kids. I was like, why are you hating on me?
Oh my God. You know, those are, and I'm sure you've heard this 10,000 times, but
Yes.
it's so true that those are the people who are so honestly inspired or jealous, I would say, by your life, that they're like, you know what? I wish I could do something like this. Especially if they think your job is easy.
Yes.
Right?
If you think that.
This girl is sitting and talking to people. They don't know the hard work that goes behind the camera. But if they think your job is easy, they think they can dictate and tell you how to do it better.
Exactly.
Number one. And number two, they're like, why couldn't I do it? And that's where the hate comes from in our
That's
life.
the bitterness, right? Then they need to pull you down,
Yeah,
make you feel bad
exactly.
about it.
So we should actually be happy about it. I'm like, oh, great. Another hater. She actually wants to be me.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, you're engaging with my content.
Exactly,
Great. Let's go.
exactly, yeah.
But what kind of hate do you get?
Definitely my color.
Why?
I have no idea.
Your color does not even come out
You know,
that
but
much.
this is not Instagram. It's TikTok. And you have
TikTok.
two very different kind of people
Oh,
on
yeah,
these
yeah.
platforms.
Yeah.
TikTok is extremely vocal about what they feel, as is Instagram, obviously.
Yeah.
But Instagram is more, I didn't like it, so screw you.
Yes.
It's that. But when it comes to TikTok,
They're more
it's
personal.
so personal because I'm a Muslim girl. My name is Mariyam. And I'm singing, right? So they're like, why are you singing? Have
Wear
some
a
shame.
hijab.
Why aren't you praying?
Wear a hijab.
I'm like, do you want me? Exactly. Exactly. I've
I
got
get
this.
that too.
Why aren't you praying? Will you ever make videos of you praying? I'm like, why would I make videos of me praying? Will I tell you I'm praying 5 times a day, 4 times a day? I'm not going to sit and tell you that. This is I talk about entertainment. I talk about what I like doing. That is a separate conversation. But because of my name, because of my religion and what I do, they kind of mix the two. And they go like, you're going to go to hell.
Yep.
I hope Allah forgives you. And I feel like, have I murdered someone?
Not them praying for you.
Right? And they call me Mujre Wali.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bar dancer. And they call me your Kali, which again, they are saying it in a bad way. I don't take it in a bad way. But those are the things. So it has nothing to do with...
Nothing with your talent or what
nothing
you're
with my
trying.
content.
No.
It has nothing with...
They're just coming for you.
Exactly.
Directly.
Exactly.
Oh my God. So I had a previous podcast reel as well. And we were talking about being Muslim and what that means and how sometimes people might not believe you when you say you're practicing Muslim just because of the way you look, right?
Yeah.
And the guest who was doing this was holding this exact glass and it had a tea bag in it, right? So it was a bit brown.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, look at her talking about this with a whiskey in her hand. There's an actual tea bag in it. What do you mean whiskey? And then they go on this whole rant being like, oh, maybe wear a hijab first and then come tell us about what being Muslim is. And it's the same thing as you're saying.
Different levels of being a practicing Muslim. And we shouldn't even get to it because it's different for different people.
Right.
And it's not for the people to come and tell you that.
And the first rule of being Muslim
Thank you.
is
I was
let's
just
not
getting-
judge
Yes.
others.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why are you out here judging me?
It's I don't know. Those are people who just don't know what to say.
No.
They don't have anything else to do.
No.
And they feel like it's right to just talk about. You're here spreading so much positivity in a world that is full of negative stuff. And I feel like that's such a blessing in itself. Like people pray for you because they're like, I feel a certain way. And then when I see your reels, oh my God, I'm so glad that she brought it up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like talking to you, I feel like, okay, this has happened to her. I feel like this is like a support group.
It is. It's
Right?
therapy.
It feels amazing.
Yes.
And you're doing your job and so well.
I know. And so are you. That's the
But
thing.
why are you getting hate?
Oh my God.
I don't even know.
I get hate for
I
everything.
don't get it.
For everything. Again, it's like the main thing they go for is where's her husband? And I'm not sure why they're so worried about. And also I'm like, I never told you I don't have a husband, first of all. I could have a secret husband.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know.
2 kids maybe.
Maybe, exactly. But it's just, they come for that, and they just don't like the fact that women have things to say, right? And then there's a lot of, you should be worried about your life rather than trying to empower women everywhere. I got beef with the Tinder swindler.
What?
You know, the guy who had a whole Netflix show on him? He left hate comment on my reel. I screenshotted it. I was like, I'm really famous now.
Oh my God. What did he say?
He was like, oh, classic women pretending like they are worth more than what they are or whatever. Basically saying women should go back to the kitchen. And I was like, aren't your enemies looking for you? You should go
my
hide.
God. I think, I'll tell you what. He wanted to comment that on a very good post of yours. So he gets the attention from your fans.
He wanted
so basically, he wanted a collaboration.
Next time, pay.
For free.
I know. But that's the thing. And I'm like, clearly I'm empowering women too much.
That's
Even
great.
the Tinder swindler is hating it.
Oh my God. That's just, I don't even know what to say. I mean, isn't he getting enough attention?
But exactly. So that's that. But also, there is a lot of positive things though online, right? Like for us, we met online because there is that community as well. So there are good aspects to it. But moving away from the negativity of like all the haters. But how do you deal with it? Do you feel like you've built a thicker skin now?
100%.
Yeah?
I've cried before.
Same.
And now I'm like, I hate you. You're black. Oh, great.
Cool.
I don't even bother. And honestly, before I saw myself replying to haters more than the people who comment such amazing things. Just because I used to get so like defensive. But now I'm like, no, they don't even deserve, and they don't deserve anything. They don't deserve anything. So I go back and I tell myself, you have to go and reply to people who are saying such wonderful things about you, not the people who are hating on you. Constructive criticism, again, yes, you reply to them saying you're going to work on it. Love comments, appreciate them. Screw the haters.
Exactly.
But I used to do that a lot, and that's something I want to change. And now I don't care.
Okay, good.
I really, really don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. What bothers me, though, is the fact that my father is on social media platforms. And he reads those. And I don't think he's ever going to get over all of that. Whether he reads it today or even 3 months down the line, he's never going to get used to it.
No.
So that's something that pinches me because I know my father's reading all those comments. That's it. That's what pinches me. But otherwise, me personally, no.
That's so interesting because even me, my parents read everything.
Yeah.
And my mom would ask me, who is this?
Exactly.
And I was like, if I knew.
Exactly.
You think that person will be writing that over there?
I told my dad, I'm like, do you want me to switch off my comments? Because I don't want to. He's like, no, don't ever do that. You know, you have a lot of love
engaged, right?
coming in as well. So I was like, okay, you're not allowed to see those comments.
Yeah.
You're not.
Exactly. I switched off my notifications, so I only know when like my friends have commented or something.
Right.
So then I choose when I want to watch the comments. So it's not like
that's
bombarding
perfect.
me. You know?
I need to do that.
You need to do that because otherwise it's just too much.
Exactly.
And then you might be doing something and then you see something and you're like, ugh, okay.
Yeah, and I've stopped replying. Like a lot of my friends will agree. I've stopped replying to WhatsApp messages because there's now so much happening on my phone because I have at least 400 unread chats on WhatsApp.
That is anxiety for me. I cannot.
I know. You're the one who needs to like
I
reply
need all
to
my
everything.
notifications gone.
Yeah, I know. But I think it's because of so many notifications, I don't have them off.
You need to switch them off.
Or just get a new SIM.
That too.
That too. Yeah, thanks.
Get a new SIM. But what I do is for Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok and all of that, switch off notifications.
Yeah,
so
that's actually a good
can
thing.
go and look whenever I want to. Yeah,
no, that's right. I should do that. Why didn't I do that?
Yeah,
I was waiting for today.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I remember when I was going viral, my phone froze.
Yeah.
Because it was like ping, 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 and then I couldn't. It was hot. I couldn't open it, and I was like, "What's going on?"
That's a good problem to have.
That's a good problem to have. Yes, but no, definitely. And I think with WhatsApp, that's the problem. So, but do you ever forget then to reply? That's the thing.
That's the problem, and that's my fault. Because you know what happens sometimes? I'm seeing that there are notifications, and I'm doing something else, and I'm very I can't multitask, but I do multitask. So I'm in the middle of that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to reply to them. And I finish my work. And then I forget. And then I remember 2 days later. And then I'm replying to them. And then I forget that I have to do this. So I'm in the middle of that right now. So I've got to structure everything. So that's something I'm working on, organizing myself, getting everything structured. And I think you're very good at that.
Yeah, I mean,
I got like a meeting request and stuff. And I'm like, wow.
You know, I have a link for my friends to book time in my calendar.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's not going to happen otherwise.
Do they feel like, oh my God, this is like
No, because I'm like, listen, you want to meet? That's the best way.
Yeah.
If not, you will tell me. I will forget to put it in my calendar. Then you'll message me. I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm busy. I'm doing something else.
No, the problem is I'm so lazy that I think that I'm going to remember everything, and I have no calendar.
Exactly.
And I have 3 things a day to do. And I'm like, okay, no, I remember it. I remember this. But I've not forgotten anything, but I'm all over the place.
But the things you have to remember are increasing, right?
It
the
is.
more you
It
go.
is. It is. So yeah, that's what I'm working on.
You need
Hopefully.
a little system.
Hopefully I structure myself this year.
No, I'm sure you will. You will. So also, big news. You're moving out tomorrow.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels, I'm nervous.
Okay.
I'm nervous, but I'm excited. It took me a year and a half, slowly, took me a year and a half to convince my parents. And I didn't want to move out unless they were not happy and not happy, but didn't understand.
On board.
Yeah. They were on board. They understood why I wanted to move out, I think. They still do ask me, but right here, why do you want to move out? But I think having your own space is going to help me in a lot of different ways. I don't do anything at home. Everything is mom. I'm a messy person at home. I think it's going to help me in so many different ways. Just personal growth, just personal growth. And having this space to yourself, having the time to yourself, I think it's going to teach me who I am. I'm sure I'll not know a lot of things about myself, and I'm going to understand it when I start living alone. I know that because I don't give myself that time.
No.
I'm always around people. Whether I'm at home or I'm outside, I'm always around people. I don't have alone time to understand what I am, what I love. And I think this is going to really, really help me. So I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
So it's the first time you're going to live alone?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Ooh.
And I've shared my room with my sister my entire life.
No.
So alone.
You're going from shared room to like a full flat to yourself.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So I have an Ijari on my name now. So it's like...
You're a full adult now. You know that.
Full adult. It just hit me when I got the contract. I'm like, oh my,
I need to sign this?
I need to sign this.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. So it's amazing.
No, but living alone is great. Obviously, I've lived alone for a while.
Tell me.
But that's mostly because I've lived in different countries to my parents,
exactly.
right?
So it gets easier. Not easier in that sense, but like to convince your parents.
There's no convincing then,
exactly,
right?
You're moving out.
I'm moving, right?
Sometimes people still feel like you're in the same country. Why do you need to move out?
Yeah, I think it would be hard for my parents to be convinced if I was back home for me to move out, because what is the point of that?
Yeah.
So I understand why you had to convince them for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But I can tell you, living alone, I found this reel. I'll send it to you. It's like such a good representation of what living alone is. It's like 1 minute you're having the best time of your life. The second minute you're having an existential crisis.
Yes, I know.
You're like, this is not it.
Yeah. Why did I think of doing this?
I'm alone.
Yeah. I know I'm going to feel like that.
But no, I think it's a great experience. And I genuinely believe everyone should live alone at least once in their life.
Yeah.
Right? Because as you said, it's character building. That's when you discover who you are.
Exactly.
And you learn important life skills.
Exactly.
Especially if you've never lived out. You need to know how to handle little things that go wrong in the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. And now that I'm moving out, I moved out into a furnished apartment.
Okay.
So all I got to do is take my clothes.
That's fine.
That's scary. I'm trying to do that today. So before the shoot, I was trying to like pack.
Yeah.
I can't do this. I just can't do this. So, but anyway, I think it's also because I'm moving out tomorrow. It's just hit me.
Yes.
And it's not hit me in the sense that, oh no, I'm moving out into a new space. It's just like there's so much work to do. So I think it's going to hit me properly that I've moved out after a week and a half.
Probably.
But my mom coming in and saying, do you want coffee? Do you want anything? So that's like, oh God, I'm going to miss that.
Yeah, you will.
So yeah, it's mixed feelings.
You will. And also one thing that can help you is maybe don't put pressure on moving everything before tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just be like, I'll take what I need and then I'll come back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do because I have the freedom of doing that.
Exactly.
So no rush.
There's no rush.
No rush
at all. But that's super exciting. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah. And I think a lot of, so I spoke about me trying to move out before, and a lot of girls did message me saying we want to move out. Not because we don't love our parents, but just because we want our own space.
Independence, right?
Independence, the little freedom that you get. And just, I don't know how to cook, right? So there's so much to that. And a lot of girls are hoping that they learn all of that when they move out. But I think I'll be able to explain why this decision was amazing only after I move out.
Yes.
Right now, it's all in the air. I think this is going to help me. I think this is going to help me. But I think 2 weeks down the line, I'll be like, now I know. Or even more.
Yes.
I know this is why I wanted it.
Yeah, it might take a while.
I know.
But definitely will be challenging though. And don't put
100%.
pressure on yourself to like get used to it very quickly.
100%.
It will be a learning experience. And
I know.
I mean, for me, it was a bit more gradual, right? Because first time I moved out, I went to university.
Right.
So then you have a lot more support and structure.
Exactly.
You're not a full independent adult.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Dubai, it was kind of the first time I moved and I had like a job and then you have a house and you have to take care of all of that. And oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times I'm just calling my dad being like, what do I do?
I know. I'm already asking them questions. I haven't even moved out yet.
I know.
So I was like, oh.
I know.
But
also, this is so funny. How would you mimic making a phone with your hand? I did this.
I did this.
So, you know, this is our generation. The younger generations do this.
I know.
And we are here like, hey.
My mom is like,
Yeah. We just revealed our age with this.
oops. I just turned 30.
Well, I'm 31.
How did you feel turning 30?
So I felt really sad about it. I put a lot of pressure on it to the point where I was like, I never wanted to turn 30 this quickly.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
But I will tell you something. I mean, I'm very new to the 30s, but in your 30s, life is so much better than your 20s. And I know people don't believe it when we say that, but it's mostly because in your 20s, you are very young. You don't know what you want. You don't know who you are. And also you really don't, you have a lot of insecurities. You have a lot of doubt about the future. But in your 30s, you now have dealt with this for a while.
Exactly.
You know who you are. You know what you want. And you have money.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And look at you, like you're living out.
Yeah.
You have a job. You have a career prospect.
Yeah.
You know what you want in life. You have a
true.
circle of friends. It's
That's true.
so much better than in your 20s.
So same thing, super sad about turning 30. And I think it comes from the career aspect of it.
Yes.
Entertainment field. And I want to be an actor.
Pressure on age, yes.
And I want to be an actor. And I'm like, now that I have the 30 mark, and if I have to send my videos for auditions and stuff, and they know I'm 30, will they consider me? Because there's so many people in their 20s
Yes.
who are so talented.
Yeah.
Why would they choose me? So I think that's the pressure I have.
100%.
But I feel like I've just turned 30 a week ago. So I'm going to process it. And I think it'll take time. So I think once I move out, once I have everything in place, I started sending in my auditions and stuff. Something is going to turn up.
Yeah.
I have so much faith that I know if not this big, there will be something for me.
Something bigger.
Bigger.
Exactly.
Bigger, yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. I feel like we make plans.
Yeah.
Right? We plan for a lot of things.
Exactly.
And we're like, I really want this. But I think a lot of people have told me this in the past, and I didn't believe it. Again, in your 20s, you're a bit of an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
you're like, oh, this doesn't sound real. But one thing that I've experienced, and I'm sure you have as well, is that if something doesn't work out for you, it's because there's something better.
100%.
Right? And
100%.
we need to live by that, because I have experienced it.
Yeah.
When I was so attached to something or someone,
Yeah.
and you're like, this is it for me. This is the best thing. And it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
It's terrible and shitty for a while. And then afterwards, something comes
Like,
along that's so
wait.
much better. And
Yes.
you're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, imagine going viral. This is not something we knew was possible.
Not at all. Not at all. But you know what? I did manifest it.
Good.
In the sense, not that my video went viral.
Yeah.
Just the fact that more people would
you.
see my talent. Would see me singing, would see me dancing. That's all I manifested. And right now I'm manifesting acting.
Yeah, because you don't know the method that it will happen.
It might just come up from nowhere.
You just have a vision of
Exactly.
like where you want to go. And I
Yeah.
think that's so important to not be attached to the method.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot of trial and
Yeah,
error, a lot of
yeah.
things you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never thought that being a podcaster is a job, you know, that I could be sitting here and doing this.
I don't know if people know what goes in a setup of a podcast.
Exactly.
She's working so hard for this, by the way. There are 3 cameras and oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
you don't know about this,
Yeah.
right? But I always used to think I want to find a way to reach a lot more women, speak to a lot more women. but you didn't know that this is
That's
how
her
it
path.
happens.
Yeah.
So,
100%. Like, I also thought my acting has a path. So, I went for an audition for Bloody Daddy. It's a Shahid Kapoor film.
okay.
I got selected. I'm part of the film. But my scene was deleted. So you'll see my name in the credits. But the best part is I went through the entire process.
Okay.
I went for the
So you
costume,
filmed and everything.
Everything. I was with Shahid Kapoor.
Yeah.
I was shooting with Shahid Kapoor.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is surreal. He has ketchup on he had the fake blood on his head. And I had to, my dialogue was shady men. And it took me 3 takes. But my auditions went amazing. So I was like, okay, at least I know the process. At least this is something I'm learning. And maybe now you never know.
But that must have felt really after it
Really
got cut.
bad. Really bad. Because I was there for 12 hours for that dialogue. And then, it was cut out of the scene.
It's okay. What do we believe in? It means something better.
Yes.
Yeah, this was too
100%.
small. This was too small.
Too small.
Too
Yeah.
small. Something better.
I love you, Sheen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now, we have we don't have a lot of time left, so a few last things to talk about. Obviously, we're both Muslim girls on the internet.
Yeah.
How did you convince your parents that as a Muslim girl, you want to sing and perform online?
The thing is, my dad already loved doing that. He's done that. And he never thought because I was a guy or I was a man, I could do it. And he saw the interest in Alifia, my sister, and me. He's like, you know what? Go for it. So he pushed me to do a few competitions in college and stuff like that. But when things got real, when I got this job and I got opportunities like, being on stage and actually doing videos with stars coming in from Bollywood, interviewing them, things got real. So my mom was a little, the usual, you're not married. Will anyone judge you? I'm like, a lot of people are going to judge me.
Yes.
But a lot of people are going to judge me even if I wasn't doing this. People are going to judge no matter what.
Yes.
You want me to be happy? I want to be happy. If you're happy and my father's happy, if my parents are happy, you're okay.
Exactly.
And it took my mom a little bit of time to get used to this whole thing, that this is the career path my daughter has chosen for herself. But she came on board with it. And I think my dad also plays a huge role. And they have been so supportive. So supportive. For my parents to even think... I'm just thinking of my parents 6 years ago. I'm moving out today and I'm doing this job. For them to understand all of this is not easy because they've been brought up a certain way. So I don't expect them to understand and just go with, what's happening in the world today. But it took them a while. They're on board and they're very happy. And I think people around them are very happy for them. And I think that also matters because they're surrounded by those positive people. And I think they're seeing that their daughters are happy too. Although my sister is in a complete different field. She's in finance and I'm in this. But they're happy for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say that just being brave enough, have that conversation with your family,
100%.
bring them on board, right?
100% have to bring them on board. And it's my parents had the patience to sit and talk to us about this. It was not a blunt no. But a lot of parents do that sometimes.
Yes.
No, how can you even think of it? And then shush them away. I feel like every parent will, sometimes they will not be part of the process, but they'll be part of the outcome. And if you think that you're doing something good, not in any way, any wrong way, go ahead, show them, let them be part of that process, even if they're not okay with it. Tell them that this is what you're doing. I know you're not okay with it, but this is what I'm doing. Show them the path. They'll see the outcome and they'll be happy. And this is the generation gap that I feel. Sometimes parents will not be part of the process. They will be part of the outcome though, if they see that you're happy. And I think you just got to talk to them through it. That's all.
I love that.
That's what I did.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you something though.
Please.
Other than you do a lot, right?
Yes.
People know you for doing a podcast, but talk about everything else. And do people think that you should bring everything together, or do you want to just stick to doing a podcast? Have you ever thought about that? I really wanted to ask you this.
Such a good question. So there are two reactions I get, right? So a lot of people think because I went to Oxford, Cambridge, I have a PhD, they're like, why are you wasting that? what are you doing influencer life? And even this weekend, I met a friend who I haven't seen in a very long time, and she just passed this comment where she was like, oh, I mean, she's probably going to see it, but I don't care. She said, I thought you were just an influencer right now. And she was like, how did you leave like being so educated, being a consultant and leaving that corporate life behind to become just an influencer? And there was such an emphasis on the just an influencer. And it really bothered me. Yeah. And then I went back home and I was thinking, why did that bother me this much? Yeah. And I think it's because I see it as a negative thing as well, right? That's why it bothers 100%. Me. Then it's an attack.
100%.
So then I was like, no, it's not, because yes, I have all of this background, but this is what leads to me being able to have conversations with women from all of these parts of life, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I bring in all aspects of me into my content, because I know the troubles, the challenges, and the stories of women from any aspect of life. And now I'm bringing all of them together into this conversation.
Absolutely.
And of course, going forward, podcast is one of them. I do also the professional network, which you have to come, you know, all the networking groups that we do. Yeah. So that's one way where I'm basically doing it in person rather than online, building that community of women. Yeah. So that's the plan for now.
My problem was, because people kept thinking, okay, I'm an RJ. I also like singing. I also like dancing. And I've been told, you do all of this, but what's your niche? I think you should get that niche out. And I told them, do you know the jack of all trades, that quote was actually not supposed to be negative. There's a full quote to that. It's jack of all trades, masters of none, still oftentimes better than masters of one. And I'm like, people don't know the entire quote. This quote was actually used to talk about William Shakespeare. I'm like, I don't know why people don't know the entire quote. It is so necessary to know the entire quote, because a lot of people these days, no, let's just train ourselves in this. Let's just train ourselves in this. Best, if you like that, do that. But if there's like someone like you who's bringing all of these things into this one masterpiece, it's because you are jack of all trades, which is not a negative thing, which is actually a brilliant, brilliant thing. And that's what I tell my people. You're going to see all of that. I'm not going to have a niche.
And a niche is really overrated, by the way.
Exactly.
Anyone can have a niche, but not anyone can have their hand in a lot of little things, right?
Exactly.
And I agree. And they are different traits of your personality.
Yeah.
So why would you sacrifice all the other parts just to be one person? Never let them push you.
Coming to me, I'm confused about what you do.
Fine.
I'm like, great. Go back to my page and keep watching.
Yeah. And you're going to get more confused. There's more coming.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I know you've shared the stage with a lot of famous people, but would you like to sing a little piece for us right now?
Of course. With you, famous person.
Hey.
Which song? Tell me, which song do you like?
Whatever you would like. What's your favorite?
No. You know, I never usually go blank in this and I don't know what to sing.
What's your favorite?
Okay, so my friends are going to kill me for singing this, but this is the song that actually started my singing career. Not career, but just me singing.
I love that.
It's Maya Maya from the movie Guru.
Okay.
So I'll sing a little bit of that. तू नील समंदर है, तू नील समंदर है, मैं रेत का साहिल हूँ, मैं रेत का साहिल हूँ, हाँ आगोश में ले ले, मैं देर से प्यासी हूँ, एक सौदा रात का, एक कौड़ी चांद की, चाहे तो चूम ले ये तू कौड़ी चांद की, एक चांद की कश्ती में चल पार उतरना है, तू हल्के हल्के कहना दरिया ना चलके, माया माया गुलाबी तारे चुन ले सारे चुन, माया माया के जिस्मों के पर्दों में दर्द के मारे चुन ले, माया माया अले यह माया माया अले यह
Oh my my God. I'm going to clap for you.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You don't understand. I felt like it was a different person. The way your voice came out, I was like, what is going on?
Like, push it out there.
Okay, I can tell you, I have no doubt that you're going to make it. You are super talented. Inshallah, this is just the start.
Thank you.
You're going to make it into Bollywood. Don't forget us when you get
Oh,
there.
please,
Okay?
you're coming with me.
Okay, I have final questions for you now. Okay? So, we would like to say that, you know, when a woman that you celebrate, obviously us at the podcast, we're celebrating you by having you here, and we're very, very pleased to have you here. But who would be a woman that you would want to give your flower to, that you would want to celebrate?
Okay, so it is Malvika. I actually got a call from her today. She doesn't know how much she inspires me. She was a jock, a presenter at City 1016, and it's because of her I have this job today. Because of all the shows that I was doing with City 1016, she comes up to me. She's like, what are you doing working for an events company? Why are you backstage? Come forward. And she has taught me everything from radio to how to kind of talk about finances, which is so important for me because I don't know what to do with my finances. She talks to me about that. She talks to me about ideas. She talks to me, you know, the days I feel like I feel super low, I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I just give her one call and she just calls me. She messages me. She's like, you can do it. If there's anybody, you can do it. And not just between me. She talks about women. She has women every day talking about what they feel with her. And she's all about women empowerment. She has a business here called The Hive where she teaches kids public speaking, acting and everything. And she's all about that. So a lot of positivity. And I think she inspires me so much. Along with that, of course, my mom. But I'm saying other than mom, if there's anybody, it's her.
Wow. Well, I hope she sees this.
She
that
will,
was a
100%.
beautiful message.
100%.
Well, this is our flower to you. And the card is signed by our previous guest, who was Sana. And now you get to sign the card for the next guest.
Thank you. Yes, I will.
All right.
This is beautiful.
No,
Sana
thank you so much for being here.
Sheen, you're amazing.
Thank you. So are you.
And you're going to get so many flowers. A lot of ladies too.
Thank
You're
you.
doing so well.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you hopefully on stage next time.
Yes, 100%. You're going to be there.